Hi, Saltwater Classroom. We're here in Yarmouth, Maine with Nauti Sisters Sea Farm. We're going to go out with the owner, Alicia, and her younger sister, Amy, who's the farm manager, to see a day in the life of an oyster farmer and explore the farm. Ready? Let's go.
Hey, Saltwater Classroom. I'm Alicia, the owner of Nauti Sisters Sea Farm.
I'm Amy. I'm the farm manager here in Yarmouth, Maine.
Today we're going to take you on a video field trip of a day in the life of being an oyster farmer. So we just hauled some of our cages up, and here live some of our baby oyster seed. We get oyster seed about the size of your small pinky nail, and we're going to grow it out to 2.5 to 3 inches in size over about 2 to 3 years. So here on the farm, the main things that we do is tumble and sort of oysters by size, and then we do a lot of management of biofouling. So here you can see some of the biofouling on our farm. It's things that grow on the farm that we're not trying to grow. So we've got some evidence of baby mussels attached here. We've got some sea hair, as we call it, some fur. And so all of these will come out of the water. Behind us here, we have a flipped oyster cage. So this is in drying position. So this will dry a lot of the growth on that farm, and the oysters will actually stay alive, but it will kill a lot of the seaweed and different things that are on the equipment. We usually leave our cages out of the water for about 24 hours. It has to be pretty warm. Right now, this cage is empty, ready to have new equipment rotated in, so they're very clean, ready to go. So the fouling is really heavy, and it restricts the flow of water. So oysters feed on water and they clean it. They filter phytoplanktons and algae from the water, and that's what they eat. So if there's biofouling preventing water flow from these little holes, then it's really hard for them to get fresh water to feed on. So we're always trying to clean it so that there's enough water flow through the equipment that they can feed, and so they're not too heavy for us to lift. Welcome to our solar-powered work barge. This is the home of our tumbler. Our tumbler here is used to sort oysters by size. So this actually rotates and has a water pipe down it, so it cleans and sorts them. So we have 2 different size tubes. So we have our large market size tube for product that's coming out ready to sell. And then down here, what we'll use today is our seed tube for sorting and our small seed. Our solar panels are used to run our water pump and our tumbler. So here we have an oyster that fell off the farm and we found when we were snorkeling. So you can see the lines from tumbling like the rings of a tree. So it was tumbled here, and then a little bit higher, and a little bit higher. And then you can see where it got the natural tumble, and it has this really pretty texture. So that's what happens in nature versus when we tumble it. And you can see on the side that it's really big and has this nice pretty shape.
Delicious. So good.
Oysters in the Northeast will go into hibernation between the months of December and April. So during that period, we'll sink them to the bottom. And we'll do that by taking off the caps here and filling them up with water. And then we'll sink them down. And these will stand as stilts almost, so they sit above the sediment. And then come springtime, we'll come back out and we'll have a diver come out and aid us in lifting all of our cages up and bringing them back to the surface, and then we'll empty out the cages of water, and then these will be filled with air, and so then they'll be able to grow. There are a few different methods to farm oysters. So the main 2 methods that we use is using oyster grow cages, which is here with the pontoons and the cages on top that we can insert the bags into, and then we also use floating bags. So the floating bags have mini pontoons put onto them, and these then just hang onto a long line. So both of these options are built out of metal and plastic, but there's a lot of farmers that are experimenting with new gear development in order to become more sustainable.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Amy from Nauti Sisters Sea Farm.
Thanks for coming out with us, Saltwater Classroom.